Stans are basically mega fans of a certain creator, fans who curate and have their entire internet presence and experience intrinsically linked to a content creator, be that a K-pop idol, a VTuber, or a Minecraft player. My name's Animagician, and today I'll be spending a day with self-proclaimed Minecraft stans and taking an in-depth look at stan culture with stans themselves to help better understand this mystery of a phenomenon. The word stan started as an abbreviation of the word stalker fan in an Eminem song, but has it evolved and diluted in meaning to mean much more than that? Or has the rise of stan culture led to the legitimization of unhealthy behaviors and habits in a community of mostly minors who were already stuck inside thanks to a global pandemic? By the end of this video, we'll find out, does being a stan in general lead to a parasocial relationship to the relatively unknown and faceless creator, speaking for them on Twitter and making the entire Minecraft community look bad with the rise of cancel culture? Or is it just a new way of enjoying content, a more engaged way to involve themselves in their favourite interests, with relatively mainstream YouTube and commentary channels refusing to see that one bad person doesn't represent the community as a whole? Also, before the video starts, a massive shout out to Anthony Padilla, whose format I completely stole for this video, and I even stole a few questions of his, so go subscribe to him down in the description below. I cannot emphasize enough how good his content is, and I really recommend you go check it out. Alright, so hi Cece. Hello Juno, thank you for coming on. Hello, Meg! What would you classify yourself as? A stan? A super fan? What would you say?
I'd say it's kind of borderline stan, because I've never really been a part of like the stan community specifically, but more of like the fan artist people, because I'm an artist and I've been drawing for a pretty long time. And then I joined the community maybe August of last year, I think, and then I just started drawing for the Dream SMP.
Maybe just a fan. I wouldn't say stan, because otherwise people put a lot of labels on you. I'd probably usually just say a fan of someone, but yeah, stan.
Somebody who just enjoys being part of the fandom.
So would you say a super fan, or?
I guess that would be the closest thing.
That makes sense. So you're okay with being classified as a stan, but you don't think that you fully identify with the word as a whole?
Yes, precisely.
So how long would you say you've been a stan?
In the Minecraft fandom?
Well, how long have you been standing in general? Let's put it like that, yeah.
A long time. Like a really long time. I didn't get into the Minecraft fandom until April, but I've just been a part of like stan culture for as long as I genuinely can remember.
So before Minecraft, what were you standing? What were your interests?
Pretty much anime. I really liked ARGs at the time. I just dibble-dabbled in a little bit of everything. Like, I've been a Pokemon stan since I was a kid as well. Lots of different things.
So you've been a stan since last August?
Yeah, it kind of grew a little bit, if that makes sense. Like,
yeah.
I wasn't really like warming up to it at first, but then eventually, you know, we're here now, and all I draw is Blockman.
God, the brain rot.
Yeah.
Quite a while, probably around July 2019 during SMP Live.
Was Minecraft your first fandom? Were you in any fandoms before Minecraft, or?
Yeah, I never really left Minecraft fandom. I joined in literally 2014, and I've just been through different generations and I've never really left. A lot of people had that gap of watching like their childhood Minecraft YouTubers then going on to like Dream SMP and stuff. I never really had that. I just kept watching Minecraft.
Who would you say out of the Minecraft spirit, be it Dream SMP, be it Hermitcraft, be it speedrunners, who would you say you stand the most? Who is your, I know the K-pop term is your bias, so who would you say is your Minecraft bias?
Probably Ranboo. He is definitely my favorite streamer. I watch him all the time, and I don't know, he's just, I relate to his sense of humor a lot, and I really enjoy that.
I'd say Sleepy Boys and people like TommyInnit, Wilbur, Soot, Philzin, Technoblade.
If you had to choose one of the Sleepy Boys, who would you choose?
Probably TommyInnit.
I think as of right now, I'm kind of watching more of the B duo, like Ranboo and Tubbo. I used to be watching Quackity a lot more, but that was early on, and then now I'm just kind of, you know, whichever.
So how did you find B duo then? If you watched Quackity, I assume you somehow got introduced to Minecraft through him?
For probably the longest time I've been watching Quackity's point of view for the Dream SMP. And then eventually Ranboo started doing stuff on the SMP, so I watched more of his content. I was like, oh, this dude seems cool.
How did you actually find Ranboo?
I got interested in all of this by falling down a rabbit hole, but then I just ended up stumbling upon Ranboo. It wasn't even a Minecraft stream, so I had no idea that he was a Minecraft streamer.
Oh, I found him through my sister, actually, because we both watched a lot of Skyblock stuff, and when he had maybe around 20,000 subscribers, we found him through every Hypixel YouTuber ever.
If you've been a TommyInnit fan for that long, would you say you've been stanning him for that long? Or did the stan part come later and you were just a casual viewer before that?
I was just mainly a casual viewer. I'd say maybe April 2020. I'd say that was when I started watching him much more and got more into like his content and everyone else.
So would you say that it was a natural instinct to start stanning him at that point? Or was it like finding all these other people online that were already stanning them that made you slowly grow into being a stan from, as you said, a casual viewer?
I think it was mainly me finding other people he was like associated with and seeing that I also enjoyed their content made me watch him much more and like find other people that watched him and that like group of people as well.
So the association was what kind of drew you into the group. You enjoyed him alone, but when he was with other people, it became that much more enjoyable.
I'd say it's more of Ranboo, or actually, I think it's kind of both. Like, the community was really lovely, and I got to meet a lot of people through here. And Ranboo as a content creator, he seemed really cool and just like a relatable dude. So I kind of like that aspect of his content.
So what would you say drew you to stan Ranboo? What about him made him stannable, if that's a word, as compared to like just a regular interest? What made Ranboo something that you could, as you said, dive this deep into?
I don't know, like the personality, he's just so witty, he's so funny. I don't know, it's just something about him. Like the way that he plays games and talks about it and he's genuinely interested in whatever he's doing. I really find comfort in that.
I just find him really relatable. I think especially him being on more of the younger side, I kind of found that like connection, kind of. Not really like connection, but more of like
The parasocial connection, yeah.
yeah, parasocial. Yeah, I don't know. I just something about his content was really comforting to me in a way, and I just like I started drawing him more, and then I started watching him more and everything.
Oh, strange question. He did Skyblock first, and then he moved on to SMP Earth. But like Skyblock is one of the most boring things ever to any Hypixel viewer, and he always managed to make it quite funny and quite fun. And even if he wasn't like playing it to get the most money or something, he always managed to make it very fun. And I think that's what made me watch him a lot more.
You've been talking a lot about watching him a lot, so how would you say you actually stan someone?
I'd say once you've watched them a lot and then you get to the point where you're trying to find other people that want like watch him, or when you're trying to find other people that want to talk about like that person or that group of people, I'd say you're dipping into stan territory then.
That's a tough question. I'm not sure. I'd say maybe just find their content really enjoyable.
Stan culture comes a lot from being online. So it really just depends on how involved with everything you are from an online standpoint. And that's how I see it. It just depends on like if you're drawing fan art or if you're interacting with other people who have the same interests as you. And being a fan is like sitting back, watching it, and then going about your day. Being a stan, quote unquote, is more so being genuinely and generally invested within the community.
Because obviously, as you say, there's this much more of a time commitment, you're so much more involved, you're so much more invested in this world that, well, to most people now isn't really considered even real. How have your friends or family reacted to you being a stan? Do they even know if you're a stan? And if so, do they look at it positively, or?
I mean, nobody necessarily really knows. It just sort of happens. I find this new interest, and then friends and family are like, oh, there they go again. They just found another hobby.
With my friends, it started off with me forcing a lot of them to watch them so I could have something to talk about. But now, like, a lot of my friends would watch like Minecraft YouTubers and stuff. The majority of them would, and I've made a lot of friends through that. My family, both me and my sister, love watching Minecraft YouTubers, so they're like completely fine with it. Like, it's always been like this. So we have like merch and stuff from 2014 and then merch from a month ago.
It's a running thing in the family now. There's no changing it.
I haven't heard anything negative. I'm not sure if they know, but they do know that I watch him quite a bit. I think they know that I draw him a lot as well. They're pretty supportive of me drawing.
So the way I got in contact with you was by asking for stans on Twitter, which means that the fact that you replied means you would publicly identify yourself as a stan. Now, there are a lot of people online who hate stans with a burning passion. Have you ever been judged or harassed online for being a stan? Real quick here, if you're enjoying the video, feel free to follow me on Twitch. It's linked in the description and I stream there quite a lot, so yeah, back to the video. Have you ever been judged or harassed online for being a stan?
No, not really, because I scream really loud, but nobody really notices my presence online. So it's just definitely one of those things where, like, I kind of fly by under the radar. I don't get involved with anything. I don't jump down people's necks. I just sort of stay in my own little bubble and do my own little thing.
I'd say a lot more, like, now and also in like 2019. There was like the 2020, no one was really bothered us, but now, because it's become so much of a big thing, I think people just want to hate on things. In 2019, it was a lot of just, I'm a girl that watched Minecraft YouTubers, and most of them were like boys at that point. Like, most of my friends were males that would watch them. Now it's just, you kind of get stereotyped a lot, you know? At one time I looked at how many people were blocking me on Twitter, and it was like 130 people or something. And I'm like, no one's even come and said something to me. I don't even know what I've said.
There's a lot of talk in the whole stan culture discourse thing about so-called toxic stans, like when you're looking at Dream's bio, for example. Now, having been on Minecraft stan Twitter for as long as you have, it's probably very easy to get caught up in the hype of these millions of people doing the same thing you were doing. So would you ever say that, in reflection, being part of this massive group has made you turn a blind eye and do things that you would look back on negatively now or condemn now?
Absolutely not. Just because I try and avoid all of that toxicity. It's not that I would turn a blind eye to it, but also at the same time, it's something that I would never genuinely partake in. Because at the end of the day, yeah, I like these things, but I have morals, I'm a human, I hold people accountable. Like, that's what you do. It's not all just a hive mind, at least from my perspective.
I feel like there's a lot of bias in like the community. A lot of people have a lot of bias and a lot of opinions, and it's like obvious if you have a group of that many people, they're all gonna have different opinions, not gonna have the exact same thought on everything. I feel like sometimes people take it much too far. I don't really, I don't blame them, because there's like a pattern, it's happened before in the internet. It's just some kids that want to like something and they get like too much into it. So I've never been angry at them, but I feel like they should start learning.
It's like the Undertale thing all over again.
Yeah, Undertale and like the 2015 stuff when it was all like Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, Undertale, everything that happened
So
then.
Minecraft Twitter is just repeating stuff that's already happened before.
Repetitive. I've never tried to attack someone over like their opinion. I just kind of stay out of it because I just kind of know eventually they'll learn. You see a lot of people that'll try to say they're educating people but really just kind of attack them when they don't have the same opinion. I was like that at one point. I was just, I liked Undertale at one point.
It's just giving people time to grow. Like, as you said, you've done stuff in the past and now you obviously condemn that stuff. You've grown as a person and it's just the opportunity to grow that people aren't being given now. So if you could talk to the creators you're standing now, so let's say Ranboo, let's say maybe Tommy, let's say they watch this video, what would you say to them?
Thanks for being such a huge inspiration. Like, genuinely, it's driving me to push forward in my life, and they're doing so much good and spreading so much positivity in the world, and I genuinely, like, I appreciate it. Everything that they do. It is incredible what they're accomplishing.
Maybe something like thanking him for just keeping me busy for quarantine, because I know everybody's kind of been stuck inside for the past few months, and I know that a lot of people find a lot of comfort in his content, and I'd say just thank you for keeping me busy and just being just a genuine dude.
Honestly, I would just say I'm quite proud of them because I've watched a lot of them for quite a long time, and it's quite insane. As I said, I watched SMP Live and stuff, and I remember like going into school and just trying to casually find people that also watched Minecraft YouTubers. I had a sticker machine and I put a Conread's Pants sticker on my phone case to see how long it would take for someone to notice. Then coming back after like lockdown, I came back into school and it was like there was people there that had like a dream hoodie, there was someone that would have like a keychain, pencil cases. Everyone would talk about it. Like, it kind of put it in perspective, because before it was just all numbers online over all of lockdown, and then like you come into school, TommyInnit actually has like 1 million, almost 2 million subscribers, and everyone like knows who he is. He's like made videos with the Sidemen.
What would you say is the biggest misconception that people hold about stands, especially Minecraft stands?
I'd say people often just, whenever they hear the word stands, it's kind of like a lot of people find like bad misconception of that, right? Because like I don't think they really know how there's a lot of other people in this community who are genuinely good people. Like I feel like the bad people that are separated from this community, that's the first impression that they get. They don't really know the good parts about it.
Probably that they're all just bad. Because I have met such lovely people, I've talked to wonderful people, everybody is just so funny, and yeah, you have a few bad apples that make the community as a whole just seem absolutely awful, and I thought that too before getting into the community, that I just wanted nothing to do with it. But now that I'm here and I see the inner workings and how much dedication and passion everyone has for these content creators, it's an overwhelmingly positive place.
Yeah, if you have 50,000 subscribers, one of them is going to be a serial killer, right?
Yes, precisely. You you really can't get past that.
I think there's just a lot of stereotypes. Like there always has been, but like, ooh, they're all teenage girls. Ooh, they all have like dyed hair or something.
Yeah, whatever, You say you've been standing creator since, 2014? Do you ever see yourself stopping standing these creators? Will this go on forever, do you think? Or do you think it'll eventually peter out and come to a stop?
I think it'll slow down. Don't think it'll stop. It's been too long at this point. There's no turning back now.
Once you're in the Minecraft community, you never escape. That's it. The video on screen now is a video in which I went undercover as a Dream SMP Clips channel. And the channel actually did really well, so go give it a watch. Subscribe.